Hi guys, Xavier Robledo, the developer of Builder Buddies, just added a new dino onesie outfit, and man, there's so much going on here. I had to make an outline to this video. Here are all the things I want to talk about. Number one, how to ask Xavier for things to request new features to the game. Number two, a success story of how we asked and he delivered. Number three, looking at screenshots from the chat of Xavier's December visit. Number four, predictions for next year. And number five, how to save gems, since everything is going to be costing lots of gems. All right, there's 3 ways to ask Xavier. Direct messaging usually does not work because his Instagram mailbox is bombed and he's too busy. So the best way is, number one, finding him in the game, which doesn't happen very often, usually when he's just added something and he's going around advertising. So if you can, and then everyone's shouting at the same time, but if you can, sometimes you can get ideas through. Also, if you have Instagram, when Xavier makes a new post about something new he's added, usually the first 24 hours after he's posted, he reads the comments and likes them sometimes. So that's a good way of giving him ideas. If you don't have Instagram, just share your ideas with others in the game. You're going to spread a good idea around and maybe someone else can suggest it, which is exactly what happened with the dino onesie. So here's the success story. 3 players I heard of suggested it to me, so I made a comment on a Xavier post and he actually did it. Let's take a look. All right, so now let's look at Xavier's December visit. Okay, this is the Xavier visit on December 5th at 10:21 p.m. at the Clock CCT Centaurus time slot. And the mayor, Rigel, said, "Hey Xavier, nice dino outfit." And I also thanked him for it. "Thank you for the dino onesie, Xavier." And he said, "You're welcome, Termite." Yo Gammon said, "Xavier, thanks for the 2,000 gold you gave me." Xavier gave him a thumbs up. I have no idea what that is. Maybe it's a refund. But in any case, it means Xavier is more involved in the game and interacting with players more. That's cool. Rigel asked, "What projects are you currently working on, Xavier?" He said, "It's a secret." Rigel said, "Fair enough." Xavier said, "But feel free to suggest ideas." So this year he's active and he's listening. Will Tenyo said, "Xavier, you should add emotes so people can dance." He said, "I think dancing is doable in time." Rigel said, "Also maybe merge boy and girl shop like you did with voice chat." I see no downside to that, as people could buy more stuff in the shop. And Let's Groove also said, "What about combining both girl and boy clothes together so people have more options of what they want to buy?" And Xavier said, "Groove, that's a good idea." Next, Smokey said, "Xavier, you should add a turtle mount." Xavier said, "A turtle mount would be neat." Yoon said, "Add dragons." Rigel said, "Maybe a flying feature would be nice, especially for people filming YouTube videos." That's an interesting perspective, by the way, not just flying for fun, but actually using it to create a unique perspective when making a video. So, it's like a double benefit. Xavier said someone requested wings. So it looks like he's already been considering flying ideas. You Gammon said, "I requested wings, that was me." Xavier said, "Thanks, Gammon." It's an interesting confirmation there. Then Xavier said maybe flying potions. This is a real big clue that he's really thinking about something flying. Yoon said add gifting BB badges. Santa, Xavier, make giftable BB badges. Xavier said, I will keep in mind giftable subs. Then I said, Xavier, that is fantastic. As you know, the prices are so high now, so the more trading gifting options we have, the better. Now, he didn't actually respond to this comment, and throughout this whole conversation, you may have seen other people talking about prices. Xavier never, ever responds about prices. It just seems to be something non-negotiable with him, and so it's better to just leave it. We'll figure it out for ourselves, but just keep asking for the good stuff. It says, okay, all got to go. Bye. Thank you for playing. Everyone said goodbye. Okay, so based on Xavier's visit, what can we predict for 2024? He said it was a secret, but he gave some clues. So here are my predictions. Number one, I think he's going to do adding the boy and girl clothes together in the shop. Right now, if you're a boy, you can only get boy clothes. If you're a girl, you can only get girl clothes. People have mentioned it multiple times to him in the past. It came up again. It makes sense to him. It should be relatively easy for him to implement. It would just double the number of items in the store and give people a lot more to buy. That would be more income for Xavier. So I think he'll do it, but we'll see. And then flying something. He's obviously thinking about flying. On Instagram, I suggested a flying dragon mount. I used to think it was a pie in the sky idea, that it would take Xavier forever to do it because he'd have to add a fly button. But I finally came up with a genius way of just just jump off a building and you fall to the ground slowly. That would give you a flying effect. So I suggested that to Xavier in a post. And then someone suggested wings. So he mentioned that someone had talked to him about wings, and then he also came up with the idea of potions, which nobody said to him. So Xavier is thinking about something, and it's going to be exciting. But he's almost maxed out how much you can spend on these items. So whatever it's going to be, it's probably going to be $100 worth of gems, unless it's a potion with a limited effect. That might be good. Maybe we can just use a smaller amount of gems at a time for a limited effect. But if you love the Dino onesie, if you've always wanted to have it, go ahead and get it. If you're looking forward to flying, save your gems. Here's some ideas on how to save gems. If you can't do in-app purchases, and I know a lot of players can't do in-app purchases. I mean, a lot of players are young, their parents won't let them, and $100 for in gems for a virtual game, it's hard to justify that. So if you can't do the in-app purchases, you can grind ads. I mean, 10,000 is a lot of ads to grind, but do 20 gems a day. And do it every day for months. It'll gradually build up. In addition to that, you can trade wool for gems. The typical trade rate is 1 stack of wool is equal to 500 gems. I mean, it doesn't have to be. You can trade for whatever you want, but that's usually the rate that people are using. And I will explain that a little bit. So for $10, you can buy either 1,000 gems or 2,000 gold. If you buy 2,000 gold, you get 32 wool. Now, if you buy 1,000 gems instead for the $10 and trade, that's 2 stacks or 128 wool. So you're getting 4 times as much for the money. Okay, so how this trade rate came about, it's sort of like a compromise. So the benefit for the person buying with real money they get 4 times the benefit. And the benefit for the person receiving the gems is they're taking a big loss, but they didn't have to pay anything. So it's a way without, if you don't have the ability to do in-app purchases, you can still get a lot of gems this way. Then finally, one more idea is just being selective in the shop, and I'll show you. Here's an example of managing the cost. This is the full bunny outfit, 20,000 gold. But the bunny ears, they're in the back, they're hard to see. If we cut those out, now it's only 15,000 gold. What about the shoes? The shoes don't take up a lot of space. If we take those out, it's only 10,000 gold. In fact, there's a guy's shoe number 3. It's almost the same color. It's only 250. So that's 10,250 gold. That's much more reasonable. And if we want to be really nice, we can add the blue hair color for 2,000 gems. It's expensive, but at least it matches the outfit and you can see it from the front. So thank you for watching the video. Happy New Year, everybody. Keep playing Builder Buddies. These are exciting times. Don't give up on your dreams. There's always a way.